When I'm high, it's like sailing in a boat in the sky like a plane. I love being high, but the worst part of being high is when you start to come down and you get your voice back and all of a sudden things aren't funny anymore, are they? You're thinking about where to get your next fix. Some of you guys think this is funny, right? Drugs are funny, aren't they? Let's talk about drugs. Laugh it up. Laugh it up. Let's talk about drugs. You guys seem to find drugs so funny. I want to tell you a few funny drug stories, okay? Maybe they'll wipe that face off your smirk. Cool, you're going to go walking. I'm going to tell you, bring it in, buddy. I'm going to tell you a story now. About a 5-year-old girl goes up to her daddy and says, Daddy, I want to go to a rave. Dad says, okay, be home by midnight. Midnight comes around, the girl's still not had it. She doesn't come home until 7 years later. I'm glad you found it funny. Oliver doesn't come home, just her eyeballs. Mailed back to her father in a manila envelope from her drug dealer. Pretty funny, isn't it? I'm glad you guys like that. I'll tell you a story now. About a 16-year-old African-American kid from the ghetto. Follow me? 16 years old, from the ghetto. African-American. He's black, he can't see a thing. I mean, he's blind. Puerto Rican, he's not even good. Laugh it up, laugh it up. That's fun. I'm glad I'm up here playing for him, yeah. He is Dominican, he is Dominican. All this kid wants to do is grow up so he can become older. That's all. That's all he wants. One day his friend comes up to him. 15-year-old Puerto Rican kid from the ghetto. Same ghetto. Right? Both poor. Puerto Rican kid pulls out a rock. Dominican kid says, what's that? He says, oh, you've never tried croquet? You never tried croquet? That's funny. You never tried crab rangoon? That's funny. You never tried... Laugh it up! Laugh it up! One more time, we're going to walk the shipyard thing. Cool it. Zip it. Put these on. Put these on. I'm here for your benefit. Amusement thing. Cool. Laugh it. Now, says, have you ever tried... So, 16-year-old... You know what? A little bit of this becomes that after a while. 15-year-old Dominican kid goes up to a 16-year-old rock of crack cocaine. Says, hey, you ever tried a 14-year-old Puerto Rican boy? All right, that's it. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Now, let's go. Keep it cool. I'll be right back. Come on. Let's go, bud. You gotta be smart, Alec. Okay, Bub, what's your problem? I don't have a problem! You're upstairs with a very big cup. They're laughing! If everybody else is coming up, trying to back Hey, Bub. Hey, Bub. Keep it close, it's gonna get hot. He's funny, isn't he? You guys want to be like him? Jewish? I mean, Puerto Rican? I mean, on drugs. On drugs. Probably been on drugs his whole life, right? Nothing but a big loser. Big nobody, big zero. Now let's talk about self-esteem. Self-esteem is what you need to keep away from drugs, because drugs are the leading cause of drug addiction. Let's take a in this country. Let's take a look at the word drug. All right, the word drug is what's called an anarchist acronym. Yeah, that's funny. Let's show what I'm talking about. It can be broken down into smaller words. D-R-U-G. All right, D stands for drug, okay? A drug is a drug. A drug's not a table. A drug's not a chair. You cannot sit on it unless it's an opium suppository. And the kids are not into that nowadays. A drug is what it is, okay? Right? R stands for rug. That's where you're going to end up laying down if you take a drug. Right? Take a drug, you're going to hit the rug, okay? U stands for ugh. That's the sound you're going to make after you hit the rug when taking a drug. Take a drug, hit the rug, you go ugh. Okay. G stands for gug. That's one of the words, the crazy kind of words that you're going to start using if you take drugs. Okay, so you take a drug, you hit the rug, You go ugh because you said gug, okay? This is gonna save your life one day. Let's try it. Let's pretend I'm a dealer, okay? I'm gonna try to sell you some, whatever they sell to people, okay? You're gonna come back, all of you are gonna say drug, rug, gug, okay? What's up? Man, you look like an audience who wants to take a jelly bean trip on the free-base baseball land. 1, 2, 3. Drug, rug, gug. Oh, shit. First off, I'd like to say thank you to all the members of the press for making it down here on such a short notice. Basically, what we're going to do now is tell you all the information as we have it, and then open it up for questions. The information that we have at this time is that approximately 15 to 20 seconds ago, a ballpoint pen fell 3 feet from my left hand and landed on the floor of the stage. We do believe the pen is still functional. That is to say that if we were to pick it up, it would still probably write. That is the information that we have at this moment. I'll go ahead and open it up for questions. Yes?
What sort of pen was it?
We believe it to be a blue ink, Bic or Papermate, nothing fancy from a stationery store, just something you get in a Walgreens or a regular discount store. Yes? Yes?
Over here.
Yes.
Over here. Kathy Sinclair for the East Bay Daily Weekly. Are there any plans in your future to pick up the pen?
There are no immediate plans in the future to actually bend over and pick up the pen. We feel pretty distraught that it's sort of interrupted the flow of the show. We would ideally not like to make this a bigger thing than it needs to be. And just sort of continue on with the show as planned from here. So, yes?
What's been the reaction on Capitol Hill to the dropping of the pen?
The reaction on Capitol Hill, I'm going to go ahead and defer to Senator Johnson, who has just flown down here from Washington, and he'll be able to answer that better than I can. Senator?
Senator, what's been the reaction on Capitol Hill to the dropping of the pen?
My name is Senator Johnson. I believe in values, and I value belief. This tragic incident involving the dropping of the pen, which has disrupted the harmonious flow of tonight's performance, reminds me of something that General Corset once said on his military excursion through Fredericks of Hollywood. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for me.